Hello children, welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn how to write an original poem. So in the previous class we learned how to create a copycat poem and how to enhance it. But today we are going to learn how to write an original poem. So do you all know why the authors are all making a poem? To make the readers something interesting, more interesting to think and to enjoy. So, here, as we are all going to become a poet today, and we are all going to create a poem on our own original idea so that you can bring it into a paper. So, here I'll teach you what are the structures you need to follow to make an original poem. So here I am going to show you show you a video that you can prepare how to create a poem.
Hello students, in this video we will learn how to ideate for an original poem. Original means something that is new and interesting in a way that is different from anything that has existed before. We will learn how to write an original poem using personification. Personification is a literary device using which objects and animals are given human qualities such as being able to write, laugh, and dance. It helps create a strong image in the minds of the readers. An example of personification is a smiling earth. Writing poems can be a fun task. A poet uses new ideas and implements a lot of skills to create a new poem. While ideating for our original poems, we will keep the following things in mind. First, the subject. We have to think about what our poem will be about. Next, the number of stanzas and lines in the poem. Third, the rhyme scheme. It is not necessary for a poem to have a rhyme scheme. It can also be a free verse. And fourth, the human qualities that we want to give the subject.
So here we come to know while we are ideating, that means while you are creating an original poem, so these are the four structures you have to maintain. That is about the subject. First you need to choose the title as we done in the copycat poem now. So as we need to select a subject, with that you have to think about the stanzas and lines which we are going to apply in it. And the third one, we are going to see whether you're going to make the poem in a rhyme scheme method or in the free verse method. So I told you all know what do you mean by rhyme scheme and what do you mean by free verse. And at last, you need to give the human qualities for the subject which you have chosen. So these are the main four structures you have to maintain while you create a poem.
We will be using this table to ideate for our original poems. Let us look at each part of this table one by one. First, we will think about the subject of our poem. I like the monsoons. I also like watching clouds in the sky and look at the different shapes that they make. So, I will choose clouds as my subject. But I know that we need to use personification in this poem. So, I will change the subject to an annoyed cloud and add that in the box. Next, we will think about the number of stanzas and lines that our poem will have. I think I want my poem to have 3 stanzas and each stanza will have 3 lines each. So I will add that in this box.
So here it's up to you. So as soon as you have chosen your title, that means the subject for your poem, the next thing is about you have to look into your stanzas and lines, right? So your poem may have 2 stanzas or 3 stanzas. It's up to you, but you have to see to your lines to because it should not exceed above 4 lines in a stanza. Okay.
Next, we will think about the rhyme scheme. I do not particularly like poems that have rhyme schemes, so I will let my poem be a free verse. Since the poem does not have a rhyme scheme, I'll leave this box blank. Lastly, we will think about 3 human qualities that we want to give the subject. We will think about.
So here the poet, as a poet, when you are preparing a poem, you can include 3 human qualities for the related subject. For example, here they are explaining with the cloud, the subject cloud. So when you choose any other subject like title, you can give some other human qualities for your related subject.
Think about these qualities one by one, and we will also add lines and phrases that we can use in the poem. During the monsoons, the clouds are usually dark and grey. So I can say that clouds turn dark with anger. So my quality will be anger, and my line or phrase that I can use in the poem will be turns dark with anger. I will add these details in the boxes. Now, let us think of another quality. Well, I know that clouds lead to rain, and when it is raining very heavily, it looks like the cloud is throwing a ball of rain. So, my second quality will be throwing, and the line or phrase that I can use in my poem will be throws a ball of rain. I will add these details in the boxes. Lastly, let us think about the third quality that we want to give the subject. Well, during monsoons, it's usually dark and there isn't much of sunlight. So, I can say that every time a cloud sees sunlight, it frowns. So, my third quality is frowning, and the line or phrase that I can use in the poem could be frowns at the sun. I will add these in the boxes. Students,
so here is the table that they have given to follow the structure to create a poem, isn't it? So here you can like this you can create a table like subject and stanzas and lines. So here the poem is not a rhyme scheme, so they have left it as blank box. And the next thing is about they have added the human qualities for the related subject, annoyed cloud. So with the anger, throwing, frowning, and they have made it as a sentence. Turns dark with anger, throws a ball of rain, frowns at the sun. So they are imagined, the poet have imagined about the cloud and what are the thing happened. So during those things, so what are the uses of clouds? They have explained in the quality 1, quality 2 and quality 3.
this is what the completed table will look like. Later in the class, we will see how to convert the ideas in this table into a poem. Now, it is your turn to ideate for an original poem. You can refer to Concept Time 10 on SP13.
So now you can take your concept time 9 and you can create your own poem. So before that, I'll show you again how to draft an original poem. So here you can see the subject. First we need to choose. That is about the subject of the poem is an annoyed cloud. So you can make your own title for your subject. So here they have made it as a sentence. The annoyed cloud turned grey. So here they have included the quality 1 as the human qualities personification for the particular title, and it has been written as a sentence. And for example, you can write it as a line or you can make it as a phrase. Then, so here they have given some examples how to change it into face and how to change it into line. So here you are all on the 7th standard, you know how to make a sentence. So you yourself already you have done the copycat poem, so that it will be very easy to write an original poem. So here you can see a clear view about the 3 lines. The annoyed cloud turned grey, dark grey with anger on his face. Thunder, thunder, everyone began to pray. So here you can see the last one. Everything are different. Every words which ends in the poem gives a different word. So it is not the rhyming scheme poem. It's a free verse poem, isn't it? So here is the complete poem. The annoyed cloud turned grey, dark grey with anger on his face. Thunder, thunder, everyone began to pray. The annoyed cloud made his eyes big. He rolled his hands to make a huge ball of rain. We ran for shelter, my dog, rabbit, and pig. The annoyed cloud frowned at the sun. He threatened to throw balls of lightning. We all better run. We all better run. So this is the thing. With that 3 main steps. What are the 3 main steps we saw? So the subject, the stanzas, you have to check whether it is written as rhyming scheme method or in the free verse. And the main thing you need to add it is about personification. That means the qualities to the created poem. So today's homework is you have to create your own poem on your special characteristics. Like you can select any subject for your poem, and today you are the great poet. So you can write a poem with the 4 lines or with the 8 lines or with the 6 lines. It's up to you, and you can make it as a great poem. And at the end of the poem, you can write your name because you are the writer of that poem, right? So you can write your name and all that, and you have to mention it at which age, in which class you have created a poem. So today is the special day for you all that you are going to create a poem. So just create it and send that particular poem to me. That's your today's homework. Thank you, dear children.